So, crypto universe, I wanted to talk about some more bullish news within the crypto market space. So, the Treasury Secretary says that stablecoin legislation could be finalized by mid-July, and they expect there to be a boost in demand for US Treasuries. Now, this is a report from Cointelegraph. Now, I'm not going to get my hopes up and hope and expect it to be done that quickly. There's always a possibility, of course, because like I and many other people have said, they love dragging their feet until once they get in a rush, it's like nothing's happening and then everything happens all at once, basically. But I'm not expecting this to be finalized by mid-July. We'll see. That'll be very exciting, of course, because essentially, for the people that don't realize, the past couple weeks, one of the biggest topics within crypto has been the Genius Act, which essentially is something that would serve as the first regulatory framework with regarding stablecoins within the United States. And by default, not only would that affect stablecoins, that would also affect DeFi. That would affect the crypto market as a whole. Basically, in my opinion, I believe that it can kind of be like a Trojan horse sort of situation to introduce people into crypto, but mainly doing it through the idea of something relatively safe, which is stable coins, which most people are already using digital money anyway. So them transitioning to a stable coin wouldn't really be that big of a transition for most people. Like at this point, most people really don't carry a whole lot of cash. But either way, I'm interested to see if they actually do finalize the legislation by mid-July. I would more realistically expect it to kind of sort itself out by like maybe the end of the year or the start of next year, but we'll see. Next story here is actually pretty big news from Grayscale and the SEC. So Grayscale moves closer to multi-asset crypto ETF as SEC acknowledges amendment. So the SEC has officially acknowledged an amendment from Grayscale Investments seeking to convert its digital large cap fund into a ETF. If approved, the ETF would offer exposure to a diversified basket of major cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum, Solana, Cardano, a lot of coins like that, obviously, all the top coins for the most part. So this development marks another significant step in Grayscale's ongoing efforts to expand regulated crypto investments products in the US market. The acknowledgement by the SEC does not yet indicate approval, but it signals that the amendment has entered the review process. Typically, the first hurdle toward potential approval is this, obviously. Grayscale's digital large cap fund is designed to track the performance of market cap, a market cap weighted portfolio of the largest digital assets. Converting it into an ETF would provide a more accessible investment vehicle for institutional and retail investors, enabling traditional brokerage accounts to gain exposure to multiple top-tier crypto assets without directly holding them. So again, this is major. I believe that for a lot of things related to crypto, we're going to see them take approaches like this, which can be seen as more of like a Trojan horse sort of approach, where they are going to find it's much easier to get people to transition this way, whether it be through stable coins, of course, when people already are used to using digital money. So if a bank like Bank of America transitions to stable coins, it's not going to be that big of a deal. Or whether it be this ETF proposal that, and it's not just Grayscale, multiple companies are trying to get ETF started. And even in the case of ETF, most people, if they could go buy crypto through an ETF, if they could go buy crypto through Robinhood or Webull or whatever, that is always going to appeal to more people, because one of the biggest issues crypto has had over the recent years in its infancy is it is a lot of effort to try to buy and invest in different cryptos, right? And most people are lazy. They're not going to want to do that. Now, the downside is, even though there's going to be more convenient options, whether it be investment vehicles in the form of an ETF or whether it be people unknowingly interacting with the blockchain via stablecoins or whatever the case may be, by the time they make it super convenient for people to the point where even old people are doing it, by then I do personally believe that's when most of the potential life changing money, I do believe that's when it will be gone. That's just my opinion, but either way, I'm gonna get into this last story here. So this is from CoinDesk. So Fundstrat's Tom Lee is joining BitMine as chairman. The company plans to raise $250 million and become the MicroStrategy of Ethereum, amassing one of the largest public ETH treasuries. This is definitely a fascinating story to see. I'm interested to see if it'll work out, because in my opinion, I don't even think we've truly seen if MicroStrategy, or aka strategy, I don't know if I don't know if we've even had allowed enough time to see if MicroStrategy's approach to having one of the biggest Bitcoin treasuries is truly going to help them in the long term. We know that there are people who are customers of MicroStrategy who are a bit concerned, but again, we'll see, man. Like, if everything goes to the moon, then it's no big deal. As a matter of fact, if everything goes to the moon, these same companies, they'll look like geniuses. They'll have more wealth than anybody could imagine. They'll become the new Apple and Google or whatever, as far as like how much money they're worth. I'm not saying it's the same company, but I'm just saying as far as how much money they're worth, they could reach that level. We'll see. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below.